Thibodeau, my word, will not carry coals. I will take the wall of any man or maid of Montague's.
Draw thy tool. Here comes two of the house of the Montagues.
Let us take the law of our side. Let them begin.
You should frown as we pass by. Let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare, I will bite my thumb at them, and 'tis a disgrace to them if they can bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law of our side if I say I?
No.
No, sir! I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I do bite my thumb. Sir, do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
Well, if you do, sir, I am for you. For I serve as good a man as you.
No better.
Well, sir,
Say that.
yes, better, sir.
You lie!
Draw, you be men.
Fools! Put up my sword, you know not what you do!
What, art thou drawn amongst these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio. Look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword, or manage it to part these men with me.
What drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word. As I hate hell, all Montagues and thee. Have at thee, coward.
What nonsense! He's not going to That's what I said! All Montagues and it's not happening instead! What ho! You men, you beasts, that quench the fires of your pernicious rage with purple fountains issuing from your veins, on pain of torture, from those bloody hands, throw your mistempered weapons to the ground, and hear the sentence of your moved prince. Three civil brawls, bred of an airy word, by thee, Capulet, and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives will pay the forfeit of the peace. For this time, all the rest depart away. You, Capulet, shall go along with me. And Montague, come you this afternoon. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
Oh, but news struck 9.
I mean, 7 hours seem long. Something with my mother went so fast.
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which in having makes them short.
In love?
Out of love. Out of their favor where I am in love.
Alas, that love so gentle in his view should be so tyrannous and rough and cruel.
Alas, that love whose view was muffled still should without eyes lead pathways to his will. Where shall we die? And me? What fray was here? Yet, do not tell him, for I have heard it all. Farewell, my child.
Oh, stop! I will go along, and if you leave me be, you do me wrong.
I have lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo, they are some other where.
Tell me in sadness, who is it that you love?
In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman. She'll not be hit by Cupid's arrow. She hath Dian's wit, and in strong proof of chastity, well armed from love's weak, childish bow, does she live unharmed. She is too fair, too wise, wisely too fair to merit bliss by making me despair. She hath forsworn to love, and in that vow do I live dead, to live to tell it now.
Be ruled by me. Forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes, examine other beauties.
Show me a mistress that is passing fair. What doth her beauty serve but as a note where I may see who passed that passing fair? Farewell. Thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine or else die in debt.
But now, my lord, what say you to my suit?
Your household all my hopes but she. And she is somewhat the lady of my earth. But woo her, gentle hairs, get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part. And she agreed. Within her scope of choice lies my consent and fair according voice. This night I hold an old accustomed feast whereto I have invited many a guest, such as I love. And you, among the snow, one more most welcome makes my number more.
One fire burns out and others burning. One pain is lessened by another's anguish. Turn pity and behold thy backward turning. One desperate grief cures another's languish. Take thou some new infection to thine eye, at the same ancient feast of Capulet, such the bearer of thine, whom thou so lovest, with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither, and with unattained eye, compare her face with some that I shall show. I will make thee face thy swan a crow. When the devout religion of mine eye contains such falsehood, let tears turn to fires, and those who often drown and never die, transparent heretics be burned for liars.
One fairer than my love. The all-seeing sun never saw her match since first this world begun.
Tut, you saw her fair, none else being by, herself poised with herself in either eye. But in the crystal scales, let there be weighed your lady's love against some other maid that I will show you shining at this feast, and she shall scan show well that now shows best.
I'll go along, but no such sight be shown than to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
And now by my maidenhead, I called her forth since she was 12 years old. What lamb? Well, lady bird! God forgive, where's this girl? What, Juliet?
Oh, now who calls?
Your mother.
I'm here. What is your will?
This is the matter.
Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered thee. Thou'st hear our counsel. Thou knowst my daughter of a pretty age.
Oh, faith, I can tell her age of an hour. Thou was the prettiest babe I ever nursed, and I lived to see thee married once. I would have my wish.
Mary, that Mary is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
'Tis an honor that I dream not of.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made all in love. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years, if you are not a maid. Thus then in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
Oh, lady, oh, such a man as all the world. Why, he's a man of wax.
Verona's summer has not such a flower.
Nay, he's a flower in faith, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? Tonight you shall behold him at our feast. Read over the volume of young Paris's face and find delight right there with beauty's band. So shall you share all that he doth possess, by having him made me yourself, no less.
Oh, no less. Nay, bigger women grow, my man.
Speak briefly. Can you like of Paris's love?
I'll look to like, if looking liking move. But no more deep lie and dark mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it fly.
Come, knock and enter, and no sooner in do everyone be taken to their legs.
And we mean well in going to this mass, but is no whit to go. But why anyone else? I dreamed a dream tonight.
So did I.
What was yours?
The dreamers often lie.
In bed sleep when they do dream things true.
Oh, then I see Queen Mab has been with you.
She is the fairy good one, and she comes to chip no bigger than an egg of stone. hazelnut, made by the joiner squirrel or old grub, time out of mind nefarious coachmakers. And in this state, she gallops, night by night, through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. Or courtiers' knees, and then they dream on curtsy straight. Or lawyers' fingers, who straight dream on fees. Or ladies' lips, who straight on kisses dream. Mwah. Which oft, the angry man with blisters plagues. This is she who
She had touched of nothing.
True. Talk of dreams. The children have an idle brain, a thought of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin a substance as the air and more inconstant than the wind.
This wind you speak of blows us from ourselves. Come, supper's done, and we shall come too late.
I fear too early. My mind must give some consequence, yet hanging in the stars. And with this night's revels shall expire the term of a despised life, closed in my breast by some vile forfeit of untimely death. But he that hath steered of my course, direct my soul. On, lusty gentlemen.
Welcome, gentlemen. Ladies that have a toes unplagued with thorns will have a bout of you. Aha, my mistresses. Which of you all will now deny to dance? She that makes dainty, she elsewhere hath thorns. Never come near you now. Welcome, gentlemen. I have seen the day that I worn a visor and tell a whispering tale in a fair lady's ear. Such as you please. 'Tis gone, 'tis gone, 'tis gone. You are welcome, gentlemen. Come, musicians, play! A hall, give room! And foot it, girls.
What lady is that which doth nurse the hand of yonder knight?
I know not, sir.
She doth teach the torches to burn bright, like a rich jewel in an Ethiopian, beauty too rich for use, for earth and here. So shows a snowy dove trooping with crows, as yonder lady or a fellow shows. Measure done, I'll watch her stand, touching hers, make blessed my rude hand. My heart loved her now. I swear at sight, for I never saw true beauty till this night.
This by the voice should be a Montague. Fetch me my rapier. What dares the slave come hither, covered with an antic face, to fleer and scorn at our solemnity? Now, by the stock and honor of my kin, to strike them dead, I'll hold it not a sin.
Why come now, gentlemen? Wherefore storm ye so?
Why, uncle, this is a villain hither come in spite to scorn at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
Aye, that villain Romeo.
Content thee, gentle coz. Let them alone. To say truth, Verona brags of them to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not for the wealth of all the town here in my house do disparagement. Therefore, be patient. Take no note of them. It is my will, in which of that respect, show a fair presence and put off these frowns. No beseeming semblance for a feast.
It fits when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure them.
They shall be here. What good men boy? I said it shall. Go to. Am I the master here or you? Go to.
Why, uncle, 'tis a shame.
Go to. Go to. You are a saucy boy, so indeed.
Patience perforce with willful choler meeting makes my flesh tremble in their different greeting. I will withdraw. But this intrusion shall now, seeming sweet, convert to bitter gall.
But the thing I know too much ready stand to steal that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much. Which mannerly devotion shows in this? For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm as holy palmers kiss.
I'm not saying slips and holy palmers too.
Pilgrim, lips they must use in prayer.
Then, dear saint, that lips do what hands do. I pray, grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move the grants of prayers.
If not, will my prayers effect I take. Thus lips, by yours, my sin is purged.
From my lips the sin that they took.
From thy lips, O trespass sweetly urged. Give me my sin again.
You kissed by the book.
Madame, your lady mother craves a word.
What is her mother?
Mary Bachelor, her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady and wise and virtuous.
She a Capulet? Why me? My life is my foe's debt!
Away, be gone. Sport is at the best.
I fear the more is my unrest.
Mother nurse, what is yond gentleman?
Oh, I know not.
Bless the name. They be married. My grave is like to be my wedding bed.
Their name is Romeo and a Montague, the only child of your great enemy.
Only love, sprung from my only hate. Too early seen unknown, and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
Juliet!
Anon, that's the way. The strangers all are gone.
Can I go forward? My heart is here. Turn back, dull earth, and find thy center out. But soft, with light through yonder window breaks, it is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon who is sick and pale with grief. Art thou her lady art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, for she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear. Cast it off! Oh, it is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Look, how she rests her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Romeo. Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It's nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were they not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which they owe without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all thyself.
I'll take this word. Only but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth, I never will be Romeo.
Art thou that thus be screed in night, so stumblest upon my counsel?
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. For my name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I yet written, I would tear the word.
Ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance. I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair saint, of either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place dead, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen finds thee here. Whose direction foundst thou out this place?
By love, who first did prompt me to inquire. He let me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot, yet wert thou as far as the vast shore washed with the farthest sea, I would adventure for such merchandise.
Oh, who knowest the mask of night is upon my face? Else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Dost thou love me? Oh, I know thou wilt say I. Will take thee at thy word. Yet, if thou swearest, thou may prove false. At love's perjuries, they say, Jove laughs. Gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or, if thou thinkst I'm too quickly won, frown, and be perverse, and say thee nay, so thou wilt woo. But else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, And therefore, thou mayst think my behaviour light. Oh, but trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardst ere I was ware my true love's counsel. Therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love which the dark night hath so discovered. Good night. Sweet repose and rest, come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I did give thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Didst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank and give it thee again.
Juliet!
Here's some noise within, dear love. Adieu, anon, good nurse. Sweet Montague, be true. Stay by the lip. It will come again.
Oh, blessed, blessed night! I'm afeard, this being but a night. All this is but a dream. Too flattering sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honourable, thy purpose marriage, send word tomorrow. By one that'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite, and all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Madame!
Oh, I come anon! But if thou mean'st not well, I do beseech thee.
Madame!
By and by I come! To cease thy suit, and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace in my breast. Would I were to sleep in peace, so sweet to rest.
Hence will I to my ghostly father's cell, his help to crave, and my dear hap to tell.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? That same pale, hard-hearted wench that draws nigh, torments them so that they for sure run mad. Ooh.
Tybalt, the kinsman of old Juliet, hath sent a letter to his mother's house.
Sounds on my life.
Romeo will answer to it. Oh, here comes Romeo.
Hey!
Here comes Romeo.
Oh, you gave us the counterfeit prayer last night.
Good morrow to you both. What country did I give you?
The slip. Sir, the slip. Can you not conceive?
And Mercutio, my business was great, and in such a case as mine, one may strain courtesy.
Continue. Tell me where I can find young Romeo.
I can tell you, but young Romeo may be older than they were when you sought them out. I am the youngest of that name, or worse.
You say well.
Romeo, will you come to your mother's? We'll to dinner thither.
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady. Farewell.
Oh, pray, sir, a word. My young lady bade me to inquire you out, but what she said, I will not tell you, I will keep to myself. But first, I tell ye, if ye should lead her into fool's paradise, as they say, it were a very gross kind of behavior, as they say. For my young lady is a young woman, and therefore, if you deal double with her, truly it be an ill thing to be offered for any gentlewoman and a very weak dealing.
Nurse, commend me to our lady and mistress, I protest unto thee.
Good heart and faith, I will tell her is such a Lord, to be a most joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell her? Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which takes a line on myself.
Bid her devise some means to come to shrift this afternoon, and there she shall, with Friar Lawrence's cell, be shriven and married. Here is for thy pains.
Oh, truly, not a penny.
Go to. I say you shall.
This afternoon? She shall be there.
I warned you, my man's is true steel. Commend me to thy lady.
I forsooth 1,000 times.
Hawkstruck
struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. But yet she cannot meet with them. Well, that's not so. Now is the sun upon the highmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 till 12 is 3 long hours, yet she has not come. Oh, had she affections and warm youthful blood, she would be as swift in motion as a ball. Oh, my words would bandy her to my sweet love, and theirs to me. But old folks, many fain as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh, God! She comes! Oh, honey nurse, what news? Oh, hast thou met her? Oh, why was that sad? Though news be sad, yet tell the marriage. Good, thou shamest the music. Speak news by playing them to me so. Sure, please.
I am weary. Give me leave a while. Fie, how my bones ache. What a jaunt I had.
Would thou hast my bones and I thy news? Tell me, what says Romeo?
Gigi, what haste. Can he not stay a while? Can't you see I'm out of breath?
The excuse that thou dost make in this delay is longer than the tale thou dost excuse. What says them of our marriage? What of that?
Lord, how my head aches. What a head have I! It beats as if it would fall off in 20 pieces. Oh, my back. Oh, the other side. Oh, to catch through death with all this jaunting up and down. Oh.
It's faith. Sweet. Sweet. Sweet nurse. Tell me, what says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman. Where's your mother?
Where's my mother? Why, she is within. Oh, how oddly thou repliest. Your love says, oh, like an honest gentleman. Where's your mother? Oh, how oddly thou repliest. Come, what says Romeo?
Do you have leave to go to shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence's cell. There stays a husband to make you wife. Now comes up the wanted blood up to your cheeks. They'll be scarlet straight in any news. Go, I'll to dinner, hie you to the cell.
I to high fortune. That's nice. Farewell.
So smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours of sorrow chide us not.
Amen. Amen. But come with sorrow can. It cannot prevail the exchange of joy that one short minute brings me in her sight. Do that, close our hands with holy vows. Then love devouring death, do what he dare. It's enough, I may but call her mine.
Here comes the lady into my cell.
My ghostly confessor.
Ah, Juliet. Ah, Juliet. I do love thee more than words can yield a matter. More than eyesight, space, and liberty. A love that makes breath full and speech unable. Beyond all matter so much, I love you.
Come with me and we will make short work, for by your leave you shall not stay alone until Holy Church incorporate two to one. I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot and fabulous abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape a brawl. Oh, or else cards. Here all men's eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes for me to look, and let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure.
Peace be with you, sir. Here comes Romeo. Romeo, the hate I barely can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason that I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage at such a greeting. Villain am I none, therefore farewell. I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do profess I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason of my love. And so, good Capulet, which name I tender as dearly as my own, be satisfied.
Oh, calm, dishonorable, vile submission.
Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have of me?
Good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives, Will you pluck your sword out of its pitcher by the ears? Oh, make haste. Let's mind me about your ears ere it be out.
I am for you.
Gentle Mercutio, put thy rapier up.
Come, sir, your passado.
Drop the door, become the weapons. Gentle, the same, the bear is outraged. Mercutio, the king is expecting you, the bidding bang.
I'm hurt. I will plague up both your houses.
Oh, I was fed.
She's gone and hath nothing.
Oh, art thou hurt?
Aye, just scratch.
Ooh, Mary, tis enough. It cannot be much.
No, it is not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. 'Twill serve. Oh, as for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a brave man.
Why the devil came you between us? I was hurt under your arm. I thought all for the best.
Come into some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. I'll plague on both your houses. I have it, and found it too. Your houses!
This gentleman, the prince's near ally, my very friend, hath got his mortal hurt on my behalf. My reputation stained with Tybalt's slander. Tybalt, that an hour hath been my kinsman. Ah, Juliet, my beauty hath made me effeminate, and in my temper soft and valor steel.
Oh, Romeo! Romeo! Brave Mercutio is dead. That gallant spirit hath aspired the clouds which to untimely years did scorn the earth.
This day's black fate on more days doth depend. This but begins the woe, others must end.
Here comes the furious Tybalt, back again.
Away to heaven, respective lenity. And fire, I fear, be my conduct now. Now, Tybalt, take back the villain that late thou gavest me. Mercutio's soul is but a little ways above our heads, staying for thine to keep him company. Either thou, or I, or both must go with him.
Thou, wretch, that didst consort him here, shalt with him hence.
There shall determine that.
Romeo, away, be gone! The citizens are up and Tybalt slain. Stand not amazed, the prince will doom thee death if thou art found. Hence, be gone! Away!
Oh, I am fortune's fool!
Why dost thou stay?
Romeo, come forth, O fearful one. Affliction is enamored of thy parts, and thou art credit to calamity. What news? What is the princess doom? What saw her crazy fingers in my hand that I don't know not? Too familiar is my dear son with such sour company. I bring thee tidings of the prince's doom. Yes, the doom says the prince's doom. A gentler judgment dashed from his lips, not
Be merciful, say death! For exile hath more terror in his look, much more than death. Do not say banishment!
Hence from Verona art thou banished. Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world but Verona walls. Torture, hell itself! Hence banishment is banished from the world, and world's exile is death. Banishment is but death is turned. Calling death banishment, thou cuts my head off when the golden axe smiles upon the stroke that murders me!
Arise, one knocks. Good Romeo, hide thyself.
Not I. I lust the breath of heart that grows mist-like and falls me from the circle eyes.
Run to my study.
Bye-bye.
God's will, what simpleness is this? I come. What knocks so hard? Whence come you? What is your will?
Let me come in! I come from the Lady Juliet!
Welcome, then.
Oh, Holy Fire, tell me, oh Holy Fire, where's my lady's lord? Where's Romeo?
Juliet, how is it with her? Does she not think me no murder now that I have slain the child with our joy, with love removing a little from her own? Where is she? And how doth she? And what says
Oh, she says nothing, but weeps and weeps, and now falls down on her bed, and then starts up, and then Tibble calls, and then Romeo cries, and then down falls again.
that name? Shot from the deathly level of a gun did murder her. Is that name's cursed hand did murder my kinsman? Oh, tell me, friar, tell me, in what vile part of this anatomy doth my name lodge? Tell me, that I may sack the hateful bastard!
Hold to thy desperate hand. On my holy order, thou hast amazed me. I felt thy disposition better tempered. Hast thou slain Tybalt? Wilt thou slay thyself, and slay thy lady too that lives in thee by doing damned hate upon thyself? Go and get thee to thy love, as was decreed. Ascend her chamber hence and comfort her. But look thou stay not till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live until we can find a time to blaze your marriage, reconcile your friends, and beg pardon of the prince, and call thee back with 1,000,000 times more joy that thou went forth with in lamentation. Go before, nurse, command this thy lady, bid her hasten the entire house to bed, which heavy sorrow makes them act unto. Romeo is coming.
Lord, I could have stayed up all night listening to Yardley Castle. Oh, what learning is. I will tell my lady that you will come.
Do so, and bid my sweet prepared child.
Here, sir, a ring she bade me to give you, sir. Hie you, make haste, for it grows very late.
How well my comfort is revived by this.
Go hence. Good night. Here stands all your state. Either be gone before the watch be set, or from the break of day disguised from hence. Give me thy hand. 'Tis late. Farewell. Good night.
It were a grief, so brief to part with thee. Farewell.
Things have fallen out, sir, so unluckily that we've had no time to move our daughter. Look you! She loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly. And so did I. Well, we were going to die. Tis very late. She'll not come down tonight. I promise you, before your company, I would have been in bed an hour ago.
These times of woe afford no time to woo. Madam, good night. Commend me to your daughter.
I will, and know her mind early tomorrow. Tonight she is mewed up in her heaviness.
Sir Paris, I will make a desperate tender of my child's love. I think she'll be ruled in all respects by me. Nay, more, I doubt it not. Wife, go you to her ere you go to bed. Acquaint her here of my son Paris's love, and bid her, mark you me, on Thursday, tell her she shall be married to this noble earl. will you be ready? Do you like this case? We'll keep no greater ado. Friendly, for hark you to the peace, and so late it may be thought we held you carelessly, being our kinsmen if we rebel much. Farewell, my lord. Light to my chamber, ho! For me. It is so very, very late, and we call it early by and by. Good night.
Oh God, it's not yet day. It is the nightingale, not the lark, that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear. Nightly, she sings on yon pomegranate tree. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale.
Let me be ta'en. Let me be put to death. I am content, so that will have it so. I'll say yon grey is not the morning's eye. 'Tis but the pale reflex of Cynthia's brow. Nor's the lark, whose notes do beat the vaulty heavens so high above our heads. I have more care to stay than you to go. Come, death, and welcome. Juliet wills it so. Wills it, my soul. Let's talk. It is not yet day.
It is. It is. Hie hence, be gone. Away. For it is the lark that sings so out of tune, straining harsh discords and unpleasing sharps. Some say the lark maketh sweet divisions. This doth not so, for she divideth us. Be gone. More light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madame, your lady mother's coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary. Look about.
Then window. Let day in and let life out.
Farewell. Farewell, one kiss and I'll descend.
Oh, daughter, are you up?
Who is it that calls? It's my lady mother. Was she not down so late or up so early? What unaccustomed cause procures her hither?
Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I'm not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? What? Wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears? And if thou couldst not make him live. Therefore, have done. For some grief shows much of love, but much of grief shows still some want of wit. But now, I'll tell thee joyful tidings, girl.
And what are they? He's well in such a meeting time. What are they? I beseech your ladyship.
Many times happen. Early next Thursday morn, the young, noble, and gallant gentleman, the County Paris, at St. Peter's Church shall happily make thee their joyful bride.
Oh! Peter's Church, and by Peter too! He will not make me there a joyful bride. Oh, I wonder if I must wed ere he that should be husband comes to woo. Oh, I pray you, madam, tell my lord and father that I will not wed. And when I do, it will be to Romeo, whom you know I hate, rather than Paris. Oh, these are news indeed.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself, and see how he will take it into your hands.
How now, wife? Have you delivered to her our decree?
Aye, sir, but she would not. She gives you thanks. I would the fool were married to her grave.
Soft. Take me with you. Take me with you, wife. How? Will she none? Does she not give us thanks? Is she not proud? Does she not count her blessed, unworthy as she is, that we have walked so worthy a gentleman to be her bride?
Father, I beseech you on my knees. Hear me. Not to speak a word.
Take me, thanks! Disobedient wretch! I'll tell you what. Get me to church on Thursday, or never have to look me in the face. God's bread, it makes me mad. Day, night, hour, time, work, play, alone, in company. Still, my care hath been to have her matched, and having now provided a gentleman of noble parentage, of fair domain, youthful and nobly trained, stuffed, as they say, with honorable parts, proportioned as one's not wish in them, and then to have a wretched, puling fool, a whining man to have fortune sent her to answer. I am not wed. I cannot love. I am too young. I pray you pardon me. As will not wed, I will pardon you. Graves where you will, you shall not house with me. Look to it, think on it. I do not use to jest. Thursday is near. Lay hand on heart, advise. And you be mine, I'll give you to my friend. And you be not, hang, beg, starve, die in the streets, for by my soul, I'll never acknowledge thee. No one is mine shall never do thee good. Trust to it, bethink you. I will not be forsworn.
Sitting in the clouds, just sees into the bottom of my grief. Oh, sweet my mother, trust me not away. Delay this marriage for a week, a month. No, not. Brought up in that dim monument or typical lies.
Talk not to me, for I'll not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with.
Oh, no. Alack, that haven't you practiced such stratagems upon so soft a subject as myself? Counsel me, have not a word of joy, nurse.
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished, and all the world to nothing. I think it best that you marry with the county.
Speakest thou from thy heart?
And with my soul too, or bestrew them both.
Amen.
What?
Well, thou hast comforted me marvelous much. Go in and tell my mother I am gone, having displeased my father, Lawrence's son, to make confession and to be absolved.
Marry their will. This is wisely done.
Ancient damnation, most wicked fiend. Is it more sin to wish me thus forsworn, or to dispraise my Lord with that same tongue which he has praised him with, above compare so many thousand times before? Before we answer, thou in my bosom, henceforth shall be twain. All to the friar, to know his remedy. All else fail. Myself have power to die.
Who knocks at this hour?
The door. No, so come weep with me. Oh, past hope, past cure, past help.
Oh, Juliet, I already know my grief. It strains me past the compass of my wits. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it, on Thursday next be married to this county.
Tell me not from that truth of this. You must tell me how I may prevent it. In my wisdom, thou canst give no help. Thou but call my resolution wise. Oh, and with this knife, help it presently. God joined my heart with Romeo's, and thou our hands. And ere this hand, by thee to Romeo sealed, shall be the label to another deed. Or my true heart with treacherous revolts turn to another, that shall slay them both.
Hold, daughter. I do spy a kind of hope which craves as desperate an execution, as desperate as we would prevent. If, rather than to marry the county Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then it is likely that thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away this shame.
I do so without fear or doubt to live an unstained wife to my sweet love.
Hold then, get you home. Be consent and be married, give consent to marry in Paris. Thursday's tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look thou lie alone. Let not thy nurse lie with you in thy chamber. Take thou this bottle. Being then in bed, with distilled liquor drink thou all. Then presently, through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humor, where no pulse shall keep his native progress, but surcease, no warmth nor breath shall testify thou livest. And in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death, thou shalt continue 2 When the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou, dead. Then, as the manner of our country is, thou shalt conform to that same ancient vault of all the kindred of Capulets lie. In the meantime, against thou shalt await, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and hither shall he come. Romeo and I will watch thy waking, and that very night shall they bear thee hence to Mantua. This shall free thee from thy present shame. If no inconstant toy nor womanish fear abate thy valor and act in it, oh, seek me. Tell me not to fear. Go, get you home. Be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I'll send a friar with speed with my letters to thy lord from Mantua. Lord, give me strength. Strength shall come before thee. And well be found.
What? Is my daughter gone to Friar Lawrence?
I forsooth.
Well, he may chance to do some good on her. You yourself know how the tree it is.
See, she comes from different lane, look.
Now, my head's strong. Where have you been again?
Have mercy. Repent the sin of disobedient opposition to you and your behest, and am joined by Lawrence, while prostrate. I beg pardon. I beseech you, henceforth I am ever ruled by you.
Send for the county. Go tell her of this. I'll have this not made up tomorrow morning.
I have met the evil Lord, Lawrence's son, gave me what come with love and love, not before the back of gods.
This is as it should be. Send for the county. Go, nurse, go with her. We'll to church tomorrow.
We shall be short in our provision. 'Tis now near night.
Hush. I will stir them, and often shall be well. Avoid you way. Go down to Juliet. Help to deck up her. I am not to bed tonight. Let me alone. I'll play the housewife for this once. I will walk myself to county parish to prepare him up against tomorrow. My heart is wondrous light, since the same wayward girl is so wicked.
Those attires are best. Gentle nurse, I pray thee, leave me to myself tonight, for I have need of many heavens to move you, to Orestes, to smile upon my state, which, well thou knowest, is cross and full of sin. Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. But I have a faint, cold fear thrills through my veins, which almost freezes up the heat of life. I'll call her back again to comfort me. Nurse! What shall she do here? My dismal scene. I needs must act alone. Come by. What if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I be married again tomorrow morning? No. This shall forbid it. Lie down. What if it be a poison, which the friar subtly hath ministered to have me dead, lest in this marriage he should be dishonored because he married me before to Romeo? I fear it is, and yet methinks it should not, for he hath still been tried and holy man. How if, when I am laid into the tomb, I wake before the time that Romeo comes to redeem me? There's the fearful point. Shall I not then, stifled in the vault, to whose foul mouth no healthsome air breathes in, and thereby strangled ere my Romeo comes? Romeo, I come. This I do drink to thee. Joyful news at hand. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead. Strange dream. Gives a dead man leave to think. And breathed such life on my lips that I revived, and was an emperor. Sweet as love itself possessing, but love's shadows are so rich with joy. News from Verona. How now, Balthazar? Dost thou now bring me letters from the friar? How is my lady? Is my mother well? How fares my Juliet? That I ask again, for nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then she is well, and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in Capel's monument. Under her mortal part with angels lives. I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault, and presently took post to tell it you.
Is it even so? Then I defy you, stars! Thou knowest my lodgings, yet be eaten but from her post or design hence tonight.
I do beseech you, sir, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and do import some misadventure.
Tush, thou art deceived. Leave me and do the thing I bid thee do. Hast thou no letters to me from the friar?
No, my good lord.
No matter. Get thee gone, and hire those horses. I will be with thee straight. Well, Juliet, I will lie with you tonight. Let's see for means. Oh, mischief. Thou art swift to enter the thoughts of desperate ones. I do remember an apothecary, and hereabouts he dwells. And noting this man to myself, I said, and if someone here did need poison now, whose sale is present death in Mantua, here lives a caitiff wretch that would sell it to thee. The same thought did but forerun my need, and the same needy man must sell it to me.
Holy Franciscan Friar! Brother!
Oh, this same should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome from Mantua. What says Romeo? Or if it might be Prince, give me their letter.
I could not send your letter to Romeo, nor get a messenger to bring it thee.
Unhappy fortune! By my brotherhood, the letter was not nice, but full of charge of dear import, and the neglecting it made you much danger. Friar John, go hence, give me an iron crow, and bring it straight unto my cell.
Brother, I'll go and bring it thee.
Now I must to the monument alone. Within 3 hours will the fair Juliet wake. Write to Mantua again, and keep her at my cell till Romeo come. Poor living corpse, closed in a dead man's tomb.
Sweet flower. Flowers thy bridal head I strew.
Oh, Lord, thy canopy is dust and stones, which with sweet water nightly I shall use, or wanting that with tears distilled by moans. The odd sleep that I for thee shall keep nightly shall be to strew thy grave in it. What curse could want to sway tonight? Cross my obsequies in true love's right. What, the torch? Muffling night a while.
Give me the wrenching iron. Bolt, take this letter. Early in the morning, see thou deliver it to my mother. Give me the light. On thy life, I charge thee, whichever thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof, and do not interrupt me in my course. And if thou, jealous, dost return to pride what I further shall intend to do, by heaven, I will tear thee joint by joint and strew this hungry churchyard with thy limbs. Time and night tends our savage wild, more fierce and more inexorable far than empty tigers of the roaring sea.
I will be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
So wilt thou show me friendship. Take thou that. Live, and be prosperous, and farewell, good fellow.
For all this same, I'll hide words I fear and their intents I doubt.
This is that banished, haughty Montague that murdered my love's cousin with grief. It is supposed the fair creature died. And here is come to do some villainous shame. I will apprehend them. Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague! Can vengeance be pursued further than death? Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey and go with me, for thou must die!
I must indeed, and therefore came I hither. Good, gentle youth, tempt not one desperate as I. By heaven, I love thee better than myself, for I come hither armed against myself. Stay not, be gone, live, and hereafter say, a madman's mercy bade thee run away.
I do defy thy conjurations and apprehend thee for a felony.
Wilt thou provoke me? Then have at thee, boy.
Oh Lord, they fight. I'll go call the law.
Let me peruse this face.
Mercutio's king, noble county Paris.
Once said my man is like a tossed soul and not attend him as we rode. I think he said Paris should have married Juliet. That's not so. I dreamed so. Oh, my love, my wife! Death that the honey from my lips had no power yet upon thy beauty. I was not confident. These ensigns crimson in thy lips and in thy cheeks. Death's stealthy light is not advanced there. Why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean abhorred monster takes thee here in the dark to be his paramour? I fear of that. I still will stay with thee, and never from this palace of dim night depart again. I look your last, arms, take your last embrace, lips, you doors of breath, seal with the righteous kiss, take this bargain and roast him dead. Give your conduct, come, unsavory guide, here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary, thy drugs are quick. A kiss. Die. Here. Reason. See, in their time then. Call enough no friendly drop to hit me after. I will kiss thy lips. Leave some poison you'll not hang on to make die. Lips are warm.
Lead boy, which way?
Yea, no east. Then I'll be brief. Come, happy dagger. This is thy sheath. There rust, and let me die.
so early up that calls our person from our morning's rest.
What should it be that they so shriek abroad?
Some people in the streets cry Romeo, some Juliet, and some Paris. And all around with open outcry toward our monument.
Sovereign, here lies the County Paris slain. And Romeo, dead! And Juliet, dead before. Warm and newly killed.
Search! Seek! And know how this foul murder comes.
Here's a friar when Romeo oft spoke.
Oh, heavens, look how our daughter bleeds. This dagger hath mistaken. For though his house is empty on the back of Montague, and mischief in our daughter's bosom.
Oh me! The sight of death is as a bell that warns my old age to a sepulchre.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up to see thy child in ere more early down.
What further woe conspires against thine age?
Look, and thou shalt see.
Thou unjust.
What matters in this? Suppress thy mother before thy grave.
Seal up the mouth of outrage for a while, till we can clear up these ambiguities. Know their spring, their head, their true descent.
I will be brief, for my short date of breath is not so long as is a tedious tale. Romeo, their dead, was wedded to that Juliet, and she, their dead, was Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new-made bridegroom from the city for whom, and not for Tybalt, Juliet pined.
I brought my master news of Juliet's death, and then in post they came from Mantua to this same place, to this same monument. This letter they early bid me give their mother.
This letter doth make good the friar's words, their course of love, the tidings of her death. Where be these enemies? Capulet! Montague! See, what a scourge is laid upon your hate, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. And I, for winking at your discords too, have lost a brace of kinsmen. All are punished.
Oh, Lady Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand.
But I can give thee more, for I will raise her statue in pure gold, that while Verona by that name is known, there shall no figure at such rate be set than that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo's by the lady's lie. Poor sacrifices of our enmity.
A glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun, for sorrow, will not show his head. Go hence, to have talk of these sad things. Some are pardoned, and some punished. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.